Hey, what up guys? Nightmare here. Today I am bringing you another Division 2 build video that is freaking disgusting. Like, oh my god. I mean, in a good way. Alright, yeah. So, yeah, my last two videos, thank you. They've done really good. But, because of that, it's been hard to top. So, yes, I've been in the lab and I have been creating a monster. As you can see here, I'm shredding through the competition. This is just a lot of summit footage, and it's just, like I said, I had to top it. I'm not going to put a build out unless that build is going to stay in my personal loadout, like, forever, and I pull out because it actually works and I use it. I'm not going to throw a build out there just to make a build video, okay? That's why, maybe I don't release as many videos as some people. But I wanted to get this out as fast as I could to you guys. Because, I mean, to those of you who already know, like, I tip my hat to you. But for those that don't, put this together. Like, this is nasty. It is freaking tanky as hell. The shield's, like, invulnerable. Of course, there are situations in any build you can get melted, but, the stuff we're running on this, the regen, on top of that, we got mad DPS, like, it's unfair. Like, I feel bad for these poor cleaners right here. I'm going to show you a little clip of survivability right now, okay? So, as you can see, I am just getting torn up just by a couple. I think these are outcasts. They're just lighting me on fire. They're shooting me, and yeah, it looks like I'm gonna die, right? Just want to show you, and this is like minimum how fast you can repair. You can repair way faster than that too. That's what's like the disgusting part. And yes, you can clear named enemies, heavies, you name it. You can melt them. Just wanted to start the video off showing you guys, a little bit of everything and showing you the capabilities of this build. This is a level 60 boss on the summit, heroic, and he's dying. Okay, that's what we're gonna say. So I really hope you guys enjoy this one. Please, tell me down below. And if you like my content, subscribe. There'll definitely be more. I appreciate you guys. Let's get into it. Alright guys, so this is the specialization I have chosen. I'm set in stone with it. It's the technician, as you've seen in the gameplay footage. Really the two main or three main reasons why. Skill tier for sure. It's going to boost my shield up another level, give me more health, all that good stuff. It's going to help my artificer hive, because yes, I'm using the artificer hive. All I do is leave this holstered on my backpack. It sends little drones and heals my shield, every, I don't know, 5-10 seconds, something like that. But it heals it, a really good amount, on top of other things healing me. So then the 12% damage to drones, skill proxies, and robotics, really good. Really good in the summit. I guess it could be good for PvP too. Not that big of a PvP guy myself, but really good. Alright, spec into the right weapons, and that's really all I have to say about this specialization. Of course, you can go with others. For this build, I highly recommend Technician. If you do not want to go with it, I guess if you want more survivability, Gunner will give you 10% armor on kill. A little more damage, Firewall will give you that extra damage buff with your shield, with enemies in front of your shield. And then Survivalist, protection from elites. Group members will gain damage to status affected targets. So, there are other options. I really like Technician. At the end of the day, it is your choice. This build is a template. I'm just sharing it with you because, I've been working on this one for a while, and I won't release anything unless I can beat all content with it. And yes, like I've, went from many different brand sets, gear sets, and then I finally found the sweet spot. Alright, we're calling this one Ridgeway'S Revenge. Alright, it is amazing. As you can see, it's a 4-piece Foundry, and we're running the new exotic, of course, a 1-piece Eclipse. Some of you, probably know why. If you don't, I will go over that very soon. But let's start off with the exotic Chameleon as my primary weapon. Alright, this is my baby. This is what I use the most. I do pull out the secondary here and there, but the Chameleon, really good gun to go with this build, okay? I know I'm not using the Lady Death. Like, what? Oh my god. But 15% critical hit chance. Alright, that's such a good mod. It's really going to help out. 10% stability. Then we got 20% accuracy, which is really helpful because as you can see, this gun is a vector. All they did is lower that RPM and I guess convert it to an AR. I guess it shoots 5.56. I'm not sure, but yeah, it's an AR now. But as you can see, it's the shape of a vector. And then we got 20 extra rounds. And the cool thing about it is, it changes colors according to your environment. Really cool. The third attribute is 9.5 critical hit chance. So right there, we're at 24.5 critical hit chance. You add your watch to it with that 10%, then you're at 34.5 critical hit chance. And then it gets insane because then we got this talent right here. Hitting 30 headshots grants 20% critical hit chance and 50% critical hit damage for 45 seconds. So all these buffs I'm going to say, they all last 45 seconds, alright? Hitting 75 body shots grants 90% weapon damage, and then hitting 30 leg shots will grant you 150% reload speed. It's insane, and the really cool thing about this, as they changed a while ago, that is if your buffs are still active and everyone's dead, and combat ends, your buff will refresh, and then you will go into the next room with a fully refreshed, ready to go, just melt everyone, with those buffs. It's insane. Really good gun to go with, especially with this build. I am running a Vector as my secondary. I have damage to armor, and I have Sadist on it. Alright, Sadist is really good for this build because, everyone within 15 meters I shoot is going to bleed. I'm dealing 20% extra weapon damage to bleeding enemies. There are other good talents, of course, but I don't think there's anything easier to proc than this, and it's a good amount of damage, gained on top of other things. So very good to choose for this build. I'm running the Police Magnum, damage to target out of cover, also with Sadist. It's just, you can't go wrong with Sadist on this build. So 4-piece Foundry, let's get into that really quick. I've never made a Foundry build. I was never, it did get nerfed a while back, and it never fitted my playstyle. I can never find a build to go with it that fit my playstyle. But with all the experimental crap I did with Ridgeway'S Pride, because I like a build to have everything, that survivability, that DPS, just, all around, can clear all content. Really good build that stays in my loadout, okay? So, finally found one that works. It's amazing. You guys are going to love this, really awesome. The 2-piece is going to give you 10% total armor. The 3-piece, 1% armor regen, 50% shield health. That is very helpful on the shield. It makes a big difference. The 4-piece is that makeshift repairs. Whenever you or your shield take damage, 20% of that amount is repaired to both over 15 seconds. That's really good. Yes, we're not running the backpack or the chest piece, so it is just like the base talent. Those can be improved, but it is good enough. It really helps out with this build, on top of the armor regen with the Ridgeway'S Pride working for us. We're just healing, and we can almost be dead, and then, back up to full armor very fast, as you've seen in some footage. Okay? Oh, and I am running Armor Core crit damage mod. I'm going to be running crit damage on everything, guys. There's going to be 1 piece with crit chance. But yeah, this is the Ridgeway'S Pride. This is an amazing exotic. This is locked behind the summit. Okay, there is 5 pieces you need to find throughout the summit in those loot boxes that you need the key for. They're on certain floors. Once you get that, you have to beat floor 100, shoot a flare, and then you require the quest. The quest is a kind of long, almost like the Regulus quests, I guess I can compare it to. If you need more help with that or more questions about that, please leave a comment down below and I will help you. I don't want to dive too deep into how to get it because I want to shorten this video a little, from the ones in the past. But if you need help, definitely hit me up in the comments down below. I'm more than willing to help you out with getting this. So, as you can see, it's an all red chest piece, weapon damage, crit chance, crit damage. I put a crit damage mod on there. It's got a talent called Bleeding Edge. So shooting enemies within 15 meters applies bleed to the target. Repair 3 to 48% of your armor per second for every enemy that is bleeding within 15 meters. Repair strength per numbers of bleeding enemies is, so it's just going to double. 1's 3%, 2 6, 3 12s, 4 enemies is 24%, and the max is 5 enemies, 48% per second. It's just ridiculous. Obviously, you're not going to get up to 5 enemies, that often. But look at it this way. This is just armor regen. Because it is per second. We already have 1% on. So even with 1 enemy bleeding, we have 4% armor regen. You get 2 enemies bleeding, which is very common. You're up to 7% armor regen per second. It's insane. Like, very, very, very good talent. I will show you something with the backpack that you can change out for some more survivability that I was actually running before I got turned on to the backpack. So the holster, we are using weapon damage and critical hit chance. That's the only crit chance I'm running on this build. That's all I need, and I'm at a good amount. Then we got the knee pads for Foundry, armor, crit damage, Foundry gloves, weapon damage, critical hit damage, and then the Eclipse Protocol backpack, okay, with armor, crit chance, crit damage mod. Some of you might be asking, why are you running a one-piece Eclipse? That's stupid, I was looking at some of my clanmates builds and I saw this, and then I figured out that actually it's not stupid. I'm sure some of you already know, like I said, but I do want to share this for people who don't because it is amazing. You can actually benefit from the backpack talent without having the 4-piece. Yes, all you need is the backpack and you get Symptom Aggravator. Amplifies all damage you deal to status affected targets by 30%. So amplifies, anytime it says amplifies, that means multiplies. That's multiplicative damage by 30% to status affected targets. Everyone within 15 meters we shoot is going to be status affected. So we're dealing, crazy damage. Chameleon with those buffs, with our critical hit damage, then with this amplified damage, it's insane for the amount of heals, for the amount of armor, and just it's just insane. I don't know if the developers intend this to work like this. I don't know, I don't know if it's meant to be. I don't know if the developers, put it like this, or if it's, bugged and it's not supposed to work without its 4 pieces. So maybe it will be nerfed in the future. Like I said, if you do know if it's meant to be, please let me know. I don't. Like I said, I'm just warning you. I'm not sure, but it does work right now, and it improves your damage. For instance, I was running, and this is a good piece still, I was running the Liquid Engineer before I was running Eclipse Protocol backpack, and it has perfect Bloodsucker on it with, killing an enemy adds 12% bonus armor for 10 seconds, max stack is 10, and then you get 1% armor regen for the brand bonus that puts you up to 2% armor regen with Foundry, which is actually really good. So if you do want some more survivability, really easy switch. Put this back on and then put your critical hit damage mod back in. You'll have a little more crit damage, but yes, I'm going to tell you right now how much damage you will be dealing less. And I'm just going to go by headshot critical hits. Okay, so with the critical hit headshot with Liquid Engineer on, with Chameleon fully buffed with the you know 90% extra weapon damage and the critical hit and chance buff, you're dealing 397 a headshot with Liquid Engineer. You put on Eclipse Protocol backpack, you're dealing 497 headshot damage. That's the 100,000 difference. It's huge. That's why I went with it. Some cases you might want to switch it out for some more survivability, but you already have so much survivability, you're good to go. It's really awesome, guys. Like, definitely check it out. Like, the damage is insane. So let's jump into the shield. I'm at tier 4. As you can see, I'm running 3 reds, 3 blues. I got the skill tier from technician, and then I got 7 secondary red attributes. I have 4 million health on my shield, which is pretty good. I've had higher, but the thing is, we're running the Artificer Hive, which is like healing our shield. I forgot how many seconds. It's like between 5 to 10 seconds. It sends out these drones and it hits your shields. As you've seen in the footage, when my shield heals for like a fat amount, like instantly, that's that Artificer Hive, hitting that shield. So all you gotta do is, like, if you're taking too much damage, try to get behind a little bit of cover or whatever, wait for that booster to hit your shield and get back into combat. Really, really good. Great to run with it. I'm not even worried about a Reviver Hive. Like, trust me, you don't need it. Of course, there's some cases, in any build, you might get melted. But we got 49.8 crit chance with the Chameleon. That will be capped out when the buff is active. We got 128 critical hit damage. That will go up to about 180 critical hit damage. And then we got some, accuracy, stability, 55% all weapon damage bonus. But we have multiplicative damage with the backpack, and then when the Chameleon buff is active, we're going to be dealing 145% all weapon damage bonus. We got 30% AR, submachine gun, and pistol damage, 1,404,000 armor, 14,000 armor regeneration, just by itself, just with that 1%, not including Ridgeway'S Pride active, because then it gets, it goes way up. But yeah, guys, that's the stats, that's the build. Let's finish it off with some gameplay. So disgusting, right? I mean, there it was. Just a great build. Like, I hope I broke it down good enough for you. I really try to get like in depth so you guys understand it and can build it that way, or you can always switch things up too. It's just a template, but it is amazing. I really, really recommend you put it on, give it a try, and you'll run through the summit like nothing. A little trick for you guys having trouble, if you are having trouble getting the Ridgeway'S Pride, like beating the 100th floor, now that title update 11.1 came out, you can change the difficulty, put it on normal, melt the hunters, boom, there you go, you got the quest. Just a little tip, I'm sure you know, but just in case you didn't, there you go. But yeah, guys, I really, really appreciate, your time, your views. Like, the channel, just in the last 2 videos, have like grown almost 100 subscribers. Actually, I think like 100 subscribers in, whatever, 20 days or something like that. Crazy. Like, I really, really, really appreciate it. Like, once again, you guys are awesome. You're the best. I hope you enjoy this. I hope you guys have a blast. Happy Halloween. Stay safe. Stay awesome. I'll catch you guys in the next one. Alright? Peace.